Welcome back, students. We did the theory part of section 2, or elementary theory part of section 2. Now let's go ahead some example problems. Okay, here's one. It is related to a Venn diagram problem of two sets. A parts store sells new and used parts. 60% of the parts in stock are used, 61% are used or defective. If 5% of the store's parts are defective, what percent is used and defective? Problem number 1. And then problem number 2. What percent is new and defective? Well, we can answer all these questions if we complete the Venn diagram. And here is a suggestion. One way to do it is to use this rule. The other is to use the second rule. Either way, it works out. U for used, D for defective, and here used and defective. Now here, used but not defective. Here, red crescent, defective but not used. So this is defective and new. So this one here, new and defective, is actually this crescent part. Okay, you don't need the third Venn diagram for new, because new is just a complement of used. Okay, that will be helpful, especially for the second problem. So how do we handle this? Before going on, let's have a bit of a discussion here. Let me see. 60% are used, so entire blue is 60%. That's 60%, alright? Okay, that's 60%, remember. And 61% is used or defective. Used or defective. So what is it? The entire snowman here, or figure 8. That's 61%. Or you have to put those together. So entire colored part is 61%, while blue is 60%. That gives me this red part. What is it? 1%? Well, that's a thought. And you can go from there. Alright, here's a solution. Preparation. And then, okay, yeah, entire use. 60, that's 61 is figure 8, and then defective part is 5%. Okay, all right. So where is it? Yep. That red circle is 5%. That blue circle is 60%. And the total is 61%. Let me repeat. So let's see, can I do it here? Blue is 60%. And this red is 5%. Blue. And then in total, if I put everything together, that's 61%. All these together. That's the situation we are in. Okay, so how do we proceed from here? This total thing is 61%. And then that's 60%, blue is 60%. So this red crescent part is actually, what, 61 minus 60, that's actually 1%. And also, total is 61%, and this red is 5% here, 5%. And 61 minus 5, so this one here is going to be 56%. So that's a start. So blue crescent part, this one here, 56%. red crescent part 1%, and total is adding up to 61%. So in the middle, what do you get? You get, did I do this right? So 56%, that's this crescent, and 1%, that's this red crescent, and all those must add up to, wait a minute, this 56, 6, they have to add up to 61, oh, sorry, some computation mistake. If you do mental math, this kind of thing happens. So middle is 4%, so that I can add up to 61%. And then these two add up to 60%, as checked. These two add up to 1%, yeah. I'd much prefer to put those numbers here, but sorry, it's kind of difficult to do that with Mathematica here while explaining. So instead, I'll use step-by-step picture like this. Total 60%, 60, 5%. And then by the same kind of idea here, this should be 4% in the middle. And that is used and effective. And then you see 4% there. Subtracting, we have 56% there. Subtracting, we get 1% there. And new and effective is this region, so 1% there. And of course, and after completing the Venn diagram like this, we can answer whole new other kind of problems as well. All right. This would have been a really tricky problem for Math 1680 students, but this is Math 3680, so I'll just trust you to go with this. And I left at least one problem like this in Canvas exercise, and then probably more in WebWork and other places. So all right, let's leave it at that, and let's move on to the Venn diagram problems of 3 sets. What's this time? Insurance company examined its customer base. It finds 36.7% of the client purchased auto insurance policy, 41.2% homeowners, and 22.9% life insurance. And then 21.3% auto and home. Looks like we have kind of thing like this. And then 14.1% life and home, and then 8.5% auto and life, excuse me. And finally, 7.2% purchase all 3 types. Okay, we have all these numbers, and then we have this Venn diagram for 3 circles. So we can put those numbers appropriately and then answer questions based upon these. Well, let's see. I should have kept it here. And then one way to answer that may be like this. Copy and paste the problem set here. Like this. So 36.7% auto, 41.2% homeowners, 22.9% life insurance, 21.3% auto and home, 14.1% life and home, 8.5% auto and life, and finally 7.2% all 3 types. Does it all look good? Certainly not. Certainly not. Number 1, I already said this is wrong solution, but much bigger reason. Look at the probabilities. They exceed 100%. That's impossible. Something clearly went wrong. And which is wrong and which is right? Is there nothing right? Actually, there is. Among all these numbers, one number is still correct. Everything else is wrong, but one number is correct. Which is it? This one is right, 7.2%. That's right. Why is this the only one right? Well, everything else here includes some people that are counted doubly or maybe triply. For example, here, 8.5% of the people got Life and Auto. That means Life and Auto, this football shape. And that entire football is 8.5%, and among them 7.2% of people are counted. So that part here should be much smaller number. Actually, what number goes here? Over here, we have to subtract. So only 1.3% of the people should be here, because entire football is 8.5%. Among those 7.2% are counted already. So this part over here is 1.3%, but we have entire 8.5% here. Same problem all over. That's why this is wrong. Usually my suggestion is to work backward. The last one is correct. So here from 8.5 subtract away, from 14.1% subtract away, from 21.3% subtract away to get these inside. And then 22.9% is supposed to be entire circle here, so accordingly subtract. And if you do that, you're going to get these numbers. Let me copy and paste this problem again here. Why is this correct? For example, from here, 8.5, that's this entire football. Subtracting 7.2%, I get so we should get 1.3% here. How about this 14.1% life and home? Life and home, so this entire football is 14.1. So minus 7.2% of people are already counted. So what's left is 0.069, 6.9%. That's how we get this number. And then appropriate subtraction, similarly, we're going to get that. And also, entire life insurance down here is 22.9%. So 22.9% minus, so that's this entire circle down here, but these numbers are always counted, so 0.013, 0.072, 0.069. If you count all these, then you're going to get 7.5% to go down here, not entire 22.9%. And if you just continue all these to home, auto, all those, and then even to outside by subtracting from 100%, you're going to get the complete Venn diagram like this. And then once you have all those complete Venn diagram, then answering these questions based on appropriate shading is not too bad. I'm going to leave that to you. We already went through shading problems, so the detail is left to the students. Getting numbers right, that can be sometimes tricky. In this case, indeed it was. Okay, so much for 3 circle problems, and then I have similar problem already in in Canvas, so you can study with that one as well. And if I remember correctly, another problem almost exactly the same, or even more than that in WebWork as well. So, alright, I'll leave many problems to you. Good luck.